Hey everyone, welcome back. So let me wait 1 minute. So today class is very important for everyone, right? So today we will see the how exactly a roadmap will define a photo of DevOps. So we will see here the exactly the Linux roadmap for the DevOps, right? So let's wait. So Chirag is here. Very good. Hi Chirag. So please drop here comment section. I will reply to everyone, right? So today demo is very important for the everyone. How exactly and how much you need to learn the Linux, right? So exactly a study class I have already discussed the what exactly we need to learn first, right? So first is the Linux, right? So today we will start how exactly we will learn the Linux, right? So please share this link to your friend and colleagues, right? So that the maximum people will join here, right? And you can ask any question to me about to Linux if you have any doubt, and I will answer to all of you. So anybody ask you interview anywhere, so you can directly ask here, and I will answer to everyone. So Neha join here. So let's wait 2 minutes. So we will start very soon. If you have any doubt, any question, please drop in a chat section and I will reply to everyone. So please drop in a comment section. I am waiting for everyone to join here, right? We will start very soon. So please share this link to your friend and colleague as well, right? So that the maximum people will join here, right? So today lecture is very important. So you know exactly the how much Linux is required for the DevOps, right? If you want to become like a Linux administrator, then I will differentiate the how much you need to learn for the DevOps and how much required you for the like a Linux administrator, right? So in a DevOps, the every tool is like a administrator level, right? So how much do you need to learn the Linux? I will definitely guide you, right? So Vikas is here. Voice is low. Oh, wait 1 minute. So Vikas, now good my sound, or still you are getting like a slowness? And I would request to everyone, please confirm the how the sound is getting is clear or not. So please confirm Vikas. Is my sound is good, audible to everyone? So now good. That's fine. That's fine. So I think Vikas joined on Deepmala is here. Okay, that's great, Vikas, for confirming the sound is good. So let's wait around 1 to 2 minutes more. So I will not take more time, right? So I will start from the very basic. What exactly you need to learn Linux for the DevOps, right? And if you want to make a like a Linux administrator, then I will differentiate the that part also, right? So I think here the everyone is preparing for the DevOps, right? If someone wants to become a Linux administrator and the certified the Red Hat certification, then I will also guide how much you need to do the hands-on on Linux, right? So today's agenda is for the Linux for the DevOps roadmap 2026, right? So let's wait 1 more minute, then we will start exactly how much you need to learn in a Linux, right? So Garima is joined here. So please share this link to your friend and colleagues who is preparing for the DevOps, and someone is working in the DevOps around 1 or 2 years of experience, or without more than 3 and 4 years of experience. So I will share the complete roadmap for the everyone, right? So so the tutorial is a different thing exactly. The if you are preparing for the DevOps and sound is slow, very noise. Okay. So now it is fine, Garima. Please let me know. His sound is good. I don't know exactly how sound is getting slow today, right? So please confirm my sound is audible for everyone. Okay. Let's wait 1 minute. So don't know exactly why sound is getting slow, right? So it may be your internet connection like something. Fine now. Sound is fine now. Prashant. Prashant Jinath. Okay, that's great. Okay, okay. That's good. That's good. But not loud. Fine, but not loud. Okay. So I will try to speak some loudly here, right? So that's where you will. I think you got sounds to get clear, right? Our internet is also a good speed. Okay, no worry. Okay, so I think maximum people is joining here, right? So we need to start. So let me take 1 minute. Let me take one thing. 1 more minute. Let's wait. So no worry. So if you have any question, any doubt, please write here in the chat section, right? So I will start very soon. So if you have any question, if someone given the any interview for the DevOps or for the Linux, right? If someone asks you to any kind of the question to you in an interview, so you can drop here and I will reply to everyone, right? So let's start from today. So what exactly we need to learn in a Linux, right? and once you have the completed the Linux tutorial, and I will share Linux some interview question, what exactly people will expect interview to you, to given the some kinds of the answer for the Linux. So I will definitely share to you after you completed the Linux tutorial. I think if you are preparing for the DevOps, so I have already created the Linux videos. So how much you need to require? So let me share the first the syllabus to you, right? So wait, let's move on right window. So don't worry, you need to go step by step, and don't do the hurry up, right? So you need to learn, and also I will create a one VM for how you create a VM for a learning and the testing purpose. So in front of the everyone, today I will create a one VM, right, on the GCP. If you don't have a GCP account, or either you can learn on the AWS as well, or another Azure. If you don't want to create the any VM, then you have a chance to use the a WSL on the Windows, right? So I will guide you the every step, and I will create the one VM. I will not use the a CLI command. I will log into my GCP account, and I will show you how you can create a VM and how you can connect that VM for the Linux testing purpose, right? So let me share the first right screen, where I have already consolidated the a syllabus over there, right? So wait, so let's wait. So see, so so for a DevOps, right? So you need to know about the Linux, right? Linux basics, what exactly or Linux and how Linux is working, right? So first is the Linux introduction and the installation. If you don't know how to install the Linux, right? So you first need to understand how the Linux is working, right? So anybody not will ask interview how Linux is working, introduction to Linux, but at least the history of the Linux, where Linux is started, who started the Linux, and where Linux comes right now. So see, see the history of Linux. I have already created around the 2 to 3 minute video over there, Linux 0 to Hero playlist. So you can watch other if you don't want to see the history. So you can skip that videos, right? And first is the Linux distribution. So I will cover here the Debian, right? Debian distribution, that is the Ubuntu, and you can also use the CentOS and the RHEL. Once you master in Debian, then you can use the CentOS and the RHEL. Only the Debian is using the apt rep over there, right? Apt package manager, and the RHEL use the yum, right? So don't worry. So you need to learn the Ubuntu, at least everywhere the Ubuntu is using, right? So first you need to hands-on on the Ubuntu, then you can move on the CentOS and the RHEL, right? So what exactly you need to do from the today? So you need to set up one VM on the Azure, AWS, or a GCP, and I will show you today how you can create a VM on the GCP, right? For the testing and the learning purpose. In the GCP, you will get a 3 month some amount from the GCP. That is the more than that you can master on the Linux, and you can create the many VM on the GCP. That is not any issues over there. So see, and second is the you can see here the installation on the VirtualBox, WSL, and the VMware. So if you have a ISO setup, right, so you can also run the Linux on your local system, right? So I will provide you the ISO if you want to run the Linux on the local machine. So you can install the VirtualBox on your local system, and you can do the hands-on on the Linux, right? So I will recommend you to use the on the GCP, right? So you need to set up the GCP and you can the completely hands-on on over there, right? And after that, what exactly you need to understand, this is a very important. And sometimes ask interview the Linux boot process, right? If someone will ask you to what exactly a Linux boot process, that question will ask Linux administrator question, right? Sometimes DevOps in the DevOps interview, people also ask the Linux boot process. If you don't know how the Linux boot process is working, right? Don't worry, I have already made the video for that the process, so you can watch over there. And I think I have created around the 8 to 9 videos for the Linux, right? And total duration will be around 4 to 5 hours. So you can watch that video as per your choice, right? If you are starting from today, so you need to watch the first video over there, right? So this is like a Linux boot process, how Linux boot process is working. If someone will ask you in an interview, can you tell me the Linux boot process, then how you can answer that question, right? So that's where this is the very important, so you should know at least to how a Linux boot process is working, right? So write down this question in your notebook, right? And the second, what you need to learn. So this is a module I have already defined, right? So see, you need to master Linux file system and the navigation. And every time the people will ask interview the Linux file system and the navigation, right? What exactly slash etc slash home war and the USR. So everything hierarchy, so you need to understand what is etc, what is slash home, what is war, and what is the USR. So you need to keep in your mind, right? So don't skip I know the slash, what is slash, where what is the slash etc. So you need to remember that concept anyway. So you think to how you can remember this thing. So slash etc slash home slash war. If someone will ask you what is the USR, what could be a store in that slash the USR, and how you can answer that question. What exactly and slash home directory, right? What comes under the slash etc. So this is a very important, and this from here the Linux main concept is started directory structure. If you don't understand the what is the directory, right, and what comes under the root directory, right, so you need to understand firstly the what exactly your directory structure, right? So everything in a Linux will be in a directory or the file system, right? So you need to first understand the directory over there. I have already covered that like our videos, and I know I was created that video in the Hindi tutorial, right? Hindi, if I think everybody know the Hindi, right? So you can watch that video as well. If you have something issues, if you don't understand the Hindi, so please let me know. I will create the separate video for the English as well, right? So first is the file system hierarchy. You need to understand the hierarchy. If you don't understand the what is the etc, what is the USR, what is the slash mnt, right? So you don't understand the Linux. So Linux is totally depends on the directory structure, so you need to understand. Or see, like in the Windows, you know the what exactly inside the C directory, C folder, C Windows System 32, right? And that scenario you need to first understand the Linux, the like a root directory, and the what exactly your home directory, right? So first you understand the directory structure. This is a very important, right? If you have any doubt, any question, please drop in our chat section, right? uh, if you have any doubt, so please drop in a chat section, right? And the second is the absolute and the relative path. What exactly that? So because is here. So what sometimes people will ask in an interview, can you tell me the difference between the absolute and the relative path, right? I have already covered that in the our Linux 0 to Hero playlist over there, so you can watch that video. This is a very important for the everyone, whether you are preparing for the Linux administrator or the DevOps engineer. So this is a model 2, absolute versus relative path. You need to find that answer as well, otherwise you can write down in your notebook, right? And the third will be the file operations. So see, file operations, right? File operations, pwd, cd, ls, tree, find and the locate. So this command will work for the file operations, right? See, if you are using the Windows system, so you need to click on that file and you go the inside that folder, right? This is a very simple. You can click double click and you will go inside that folder. But in a Linux you need to use the cd command. So cd for the change directory. So that's where you can use go inside that folder directory. In a Linux called the not a folder, that is called the directory, right? So this is a very simple and the powerful command. You need to master on that. So you need to know what exactly a pwd, cd, ls, what exactly stands for the ls and how ls is working, right? So this is a very important to you need to find that answer as well. So I have already covered in that video, so you don't need to go anywhere. So I have already covered everything, right? And the module 2, the last is the file editor. So sometimes the people also ask in an interview, so I need to check the any log files to last 10 line. So how you can check that or last 10 line? So can anybody write here in a chat section how you can find the that file in a last 10 line? If you know, please drop in a chat section. So editor is a very important concept, right? So what exactly editor? I have already covered the nano, vim, right? And the what exactly cat command and the less head and tail. So this is a very important the file editors command that you need to understand the from the and do the hands-on on the it. So that will you understand what exactly working inside the file editor, right? So this is the model 2. So I have created that video for the 20 minutes 15 minutes, not more than that, right? So you don't need to watch the entire 1 hours 2 hours. I have created that video like 20 minutes 30 minutes, and total is 8 to 9 videos, right? So I will create one more video, right, for like a Linux hardening for the security, right? So one video is I have not uploaded over there, so I will create one video for the Linux hardening, right? So because can you write here my sound is getting clearly to everyone? And today I will also share you some the Linux the very important question to everyone, right? So that you can read that question as well, right? Sometimes you have worked on the Linux, but in an interview you will get confused to not remember in mind. So that's I have the already question and the answer for some very important question, and I will share to everyone, right? So because anybody can write here, is my sound is audible to everyone? And Garima and the like who is here, Garima and the Prashant and the Chirag is also here. Okay, no worry. uh, so my sound is I think good to listen to everyone, right? Okay, that's great. Okay, so see, so what exactly cover in a, like a model theory, right? So this is yes, clear. So you don't need to confuse and don't need to move anywhere, right? So this is the core Linux concept. You cannot escape if you don't know the Linux, right? So don't worry, I have already created the video in Hindi, right? So if you are getting the issues to anywhere, if you don't understand, please ping me in a comment section over that videos. So I will reply to everyone, right? So you don't need to confuse. So I am sharing you details in the step by step, right? And in the last of the video I will create one VM and will show you how to create that VM, how to take the SSH of that VM, and how you can do the hands-on the very clearly. Sometimes I see the many people confused in a like a Linux terminal. If someone will ask you in an interview like what exactly the meaning of hash dollar and the like a caret over there, so I have already covered that things in my first video, right? So trust me, this is a very important. If you will go and purchase the like a Udemy tutorial and something else over there, so everybody can tell you to start from the basics and do the hands-on in the every command, right? So nobody can skip that questions and that syllabus. So this is a very important. So you need to master like a file and the directory management, right? Whether you are preparing for the DevOps or like a Linux administrator, so this is a very important concept to you should know at least the what exactly file and the directory management, right? So I am covering the everything with a question as well, right? So you don't need to confuse, stay with me till the end. By the end of this video you will know exactly the roadmap for the Linux, for the DevOps engineer or the Linux administrator, and how much you need to cover in a for the DevOps engineer, right? So see what exactly cover in a module 3, right? So how to create directory, how to move directory, and how to delete files and the directory. So you know what exactly the mkdir, rmdir, how to create the empty file over there, how to list the file over there. So I have covered the everything from the very scratch from there in the Linux videos, right? So I am sharing you the details and you need to go step by step, right? You don't need to jump the like one video, two video, and the three video, right? And I will create the one more video for the Linux hardening that in our the videos I think day 2, in our the videos I think day 2 or day 3. So I don't remember day 2 or day 3, but I have already covered the more than that, right? So next is the wildcards and the pattern matching. Where is used the wildcard? Can anybody write here in the chat section? Do you know what exactly meaning of the wildcard? Vikas, Prashant, Jinath, can you anybody can tell me here what exactly the meaning of the wildcard and where use the wildcard, right? If you don't know, don't worry. I have already covered the wildcard uses, right? So suppose you have like 100, 200 and 300 the logs files, right? So you need to find the specific the like a word over there in that logs files. So that's where you use the wildcard concept, right? So because is don't know, okay, because don't worry. So you know, let me explain the what exactly a wildcard. So see, like your application is running on the Linux server, right? So you have like 10, 200 and 300 the logs file over there, right? So you need to find like a specific log, right? So how you can find? And that question also asked in the interview. People will expect you should know at least how to find the log, how to debug the log, right? Find the logs and debug the like or any issues. So that's concept where the introduce the wildcard pattern matching. So you will select asterisk over there and the type the log matching and such that like any file and folder over there that will grab the your like pattern matching. So I have already covered very more details on our videos, right? So you need to watch the step by step. And the third is the and the last is the model 3 is the archive and the compression, right? This is also a very important concept, right? See, like your DB backup, no only to debug code. Yeah, that's great. Wildcard used everywhere, not in only Linux, right? If you are like a developer, like a DevOps engineer, Linux administrator, so everybody will use the like a wildcard concept. So you can use a asterisk over there and in a Linux for the pattern matching. So I have already already prepared like in that video, so how you can use to pattern matching, right? So that's where you will grab that log and you will see how wildcard is working. See, so last is the archive and the compression, right? Suppose your DB is going on the like a Linux server and your application is working on the like a Linux server, and if you have a schedule that backup right on the Linux, so, I think suppose if you have attached any NAS over there, otherwise you can use like NFS over there. So that's where the archiving is used, right? So suppose your DB backup is taking around 20 GB, 30 GB, like Oracle, MySQL, MongoDB, anyway, anything that application or code. So that's where the archive and compression is very important tool. And sometimes people will ask in also interview how you can zip that folder, how you can take archive, how to unzip that folder. So you need to understand the like archiving and the compression over there, right? So I have already covered the tar, zip, bzip and the zip. So you need to install that software on that Linux server. That's where it will work, right? So this is a very important, right? So you don't skip the any step, right? Next is the module 4, that is the user and user group and the permission. So this user and someone will ask you how to create a user in a Linux, right? So you need to know, suppose if you are working as a Linux administrator, if you are preparing for the like of DevOps engineer, right? So user and group management you should know, at least this is a very important concept. So sometimes people will ask in an interview what exactly the use of useradd and the add user. So both command can add the user in a Linux server, but that is a totally different. User add and the add user. This is the interview question, and people will ask you in an interview, and you should know the exactly what is the exactly difference, right? And what exactly is a user mode, how you can modify the user permission, and what is the pass wd. So this is the user and the group related command you should know. So what exactly you can check under the pass wd /etc /pass wd, you can find the entire the user inside the Linux server, right? So that is also asking sometimes for interview, people will know, people will ask you how you can find the entire user on the Linux server. So you should know at least, and you will answer the very simple way. So that's where I have already covered that things in that video, in a YouTube video, right? And the second is the file and the ownership and permission. This is also a very important role for the ownership and the permission, right? So you should know the what exactly or chmod. Chmod stands for the change modification, right? Ch on for the change ownership, and the ch group for the change the group, right? So this is a a command that you can use to modify the permission, change the full file and folder ownership, and the change the group, right? So you should know the entire the concept. You cannot escape that a chmod, chon or ch group. This is a very important concept you should know, right? How you can create user, how you can change the permission, how you can change the ownership. And sometimes people will ask in the interview, like a numeric, someone will ask you, hey, I have given the permission to the folder like a directory 755. What exactly that meaning? So you should know the permission very well, right? So you don't need to confuse. I have already created that video on the YouTube, right? So you need to just watch and learn the everything. I will create one VM for the everyone. So you see the how exactly create the VM for the Linux, right? So this is a special permission, right? So a special permission SUID, SGID, and the sticky bit. So this is a advanced concept to how to define the special permission. That's where the using the Linux administrator, right? If you will join the Linux administrator, so you should know at least the very well to a special permission, right? What exactly your SUID, what exactly your SGID, and the sticky bit. Don't worry, I have already covered that concept in that video as well, right? So you can watch that video. If you will get the any issues, so please drop me in that comment section and I will reply to everyone, right? And this is the umask and the SEL access control list, right? How you can create the access control list, where to create the access control list. And sometimes people will ask in an interview, what is the SEL in the Linux? This is the one line question. So you should know definitely what is the SEL, how to create SEL, where does it fit, and why do we need to create the SEL, right? So I have already created the SEL. I have already assigned the special permission like a SUID, SGID, and the sticky bit. So everything I have already done in that YouTube video, so you can watch over there, right? So this is the a structure way you need to learn the Linux. So you don't need to start from the module 4, module 5. You need to go the step by step, day 1 to day 8 in a order, right? And I have already created after you learn the Linux, so how exactly your shell scripting working, right? So you don't need to start the shell scripting first. You need to know the Linux basics, how to create the directory, folder, user, how to change permission. And that's the all the command I have included to create the one the a shell scripting tutorial, right? So first you need to understand the Linux, then you will master shell scripting, right? You can write the any shell scripting, and I have already covered in that the shell scripting 0 to hero day 6. So if you will watch the a Linux tutorial, then the shell scripting, so you can answer the everything. Nobody will reject you Linux administrator or for the DevOps engineer, right? So see, or let what will be next. So see, so module 5 will be a process and the service management. This is a very important. So you should know the what exactly process and the service management, right? Suppose you're on the Linux server, some process is taking the much the so how you can find that comes under the a process and the service management. So you should know the what is the PS stop, S stop, right? BG and the FG and the kill, right? So this is the very important command. You should know maybe how you can find that what command used to check that thing, right? So that's weird, that is involved, right? And the next is the system D and the service management. What exactly that meaning, the system D and the journal CTL, right? Both are the different, you need to understand. I have already covered, so you can need to watch that video. If you have any doubt, any question, please write here in the chat section, I will reply to everyone. So because and anybody have any doubt till here module 5, please drop in a chat section, right? Further we will move to the next module 6. So I think if you have any doubt, please drop here in a chat section, right? So this is the steps you need to follow in the structure way, right? You don't need to jump the module 3, module 4, module 5, right? And this will complete, I believe you will done the entire thing in 10 days. No doubt, that's great. And Garima is here. So anybody have a doubt, please drop here in the comment section, right? So I will reply to everyone. So see, next is the system D and service management. So you know what exactly a system CTL, what exactly is journal CTL, what exactly difference in between them, and sometimes the people also ask in an interview what exactly your difference between the system CTL and the journal CTL, where we will use that scenario as well, right? So you need to understand that things as well. Next is the scheduling the jobs. How you can schedule the job, right? So that's where the a cron and the add. So suppose you need to schedule the database backup. So that's where if you want to schedule at 10 a.m., 5 p.m., something else, that's where the cron rules is comes in, and cron will the scheduling process, like in a Windows task scheduler, right? That things also same concept for the cron in a Linux. So you should know at least what exactly the meaning of the 5 star, right? Minute, hour, month, day of the month, like something that in order. So you need to know exactly a 5 star meaning. And sometimes people ask in an interview, I need to schedule the jobs in a midnight of the 12. So how you can define the 5 star? So that's where you need to write the 5 star in the proper way, right? So cron is very important, so you should know at least how you can schedule the jobs, right? And the next is the logs and the monitoring, right? dmessage, syslog, log rotate, and this is very important concept, right? So how you monitor the logs, what exactly the meaning of the log rotate and syslog, right? So that part also involved for the Linux administrator. Sir, what about the networking in Linux? Curl, wget, ss, etc. completed most of the topic, 90% practical. Then now I am okay. I am coming also on that part, right? So please wait. I am on module 5, right? So you need to wait. I will cover the networking more than that. If you don't know the networking in a Linux, you will be master, right? So don't worry, I am coming step by step, and that's where I will explain the how much networking you need to require, and how you can create the network, update the network, and how you can install the allow the firewall, right? And how a USW how working, and the many more concept I will tell you. So please stay here, right? So I am going in order, right? So I will not skip the any steps. If you join here right now, so please wait. So I will come and that part as well for the networking, right? Don't worry. So see, we are on the module 5, right? We are discussing about the process and the service management, right? We will come later on the networking as well, right? So so you know exactly the logs and the monitoring, right? So what how as well, and I will happy to reply to everyone, right? So till here, if you have any doubt, any question, please write here in the chat section. I will reply to everyone, right? So you don't need to confuse where to start, how to start. I have already given you the like a roadmap from the from the scratch, right? So you need to install the first Linux OS. Otherwise you can create on the GCP, AWS or the Azure, and I will create one VM in front of you on the GCP, right? I will log in to GCP and will show you how to create that VM, and you can do the practice over there, right? If you have not created a like a account on the GCP, so please sign up and create the GCP account, right? So next, what will be next? A storage and the file system. So see what will be next, the storage and the file system. So this is a very important. I think the Linux admin is working on the daily basis to a storage and the file system. So disk and the partition, right? If someone will ask you in an interview, right, how you can use the partition in a Linux server, right? If you are using a GUI based server or the CLI. So I have already prepared and made the videos for on the CLI based, right? So you can also use the for the GUI as well, don't worry. So LSBLK, fdisk and the parted, what exactly that things, right? So you need to understand the how you will use the disk partition, right? See if you have one the unallocated disk over there, if your server is getting a low disk, what exactly you will do there, right? So you will expand that a disk. Otherwise you can add any unmount disk over there, and you need to use the partition over there, right? That's where concept involved to lsblk. What exactly your lsblk will show, you will run that command, that will show the entire disk over there, how many disk is connected, how much space is occupied. So that concept is very important. You need to understand that concept, and you will do the more practice over there. What is the f disk, what is the part is so I have already created the one disk dummy disk, and I have already used the partition over there, right? So please watch that video. So that's where you will master to disk partition. So sometimes people will ask in an interview how you can check the entire disk, how you can use the disk partition. Suppose I have I want to make the one separate disk, then how you can create. So this is a very important concept, right? So you need to master, right? And what tool, what utilities will require there. So I have already covered more than that. So don't need to confuse. So someone will ask you the disk and partition, you will answer the everything, right? So you don't need to remember the any answer, right? You will do the practice, that will be in your mind. So do the hands-on, right? Not remember any question, only do the hands-on. That will set your mindset, and you will definitely answer the everything, right? So see, let me scroll down. So see what exactly the file system creation, mkfs, mount, unmount, and the etcfs tab, right? So see if you have created the file system, and if you want to make a permanent there, so that will be enter the like a fs tab section, right? If you want to unmount, then use the unmount command. So I am telling you the steps and the procedure, right? So I have already made the videos for that, so you can watch. So what exactly your mkfs and where mkfs will require to run, right? What is the mount, what is the unmount, right? And what exactly your fs tab, right? So this is a very core concept of the linux, right? So you need to master, you need to do practice over there on the like one time, two time, three time. That concept will get up in your mind and you will never forget in the entire life, right? So you need to do at least one time practice, right? What exactly your disk quota management, right? Where does it fit the disk quota management, right? So I have already created videos for that, right? So this is the advanced concept in linux, right? So like use the lvm, right? What is the pv create, vg create, and the lv create? If someone will ask you in the interview what is the lvm, so how you can answer them, right? What is the pv create, vg create, and the lv create? So everything I have covered in that videos linux 0 to hero series. Go on the like or tag with Divana linux 0 to hero. That's where I have already done the more than that, right? So you need to do the very hands-on on that topic, right? This is the very important. If you are preparing for the DevOps or for the Linux administrator, so you need to do at least the how the LVM is working, what exactly your LVM concept, right? What exactly the disk quota management, right? So I think comes to the next module 7, that is the networking fundamental. So I think someone is asking for the like model 7 like a networking fundamental, right? So see what you need to learn in a linux networking fundamental, right? First is the ip configuration. What exactly how you can configure the ip in a like linux, right? So if you are using the windows, so you know to enter the like go inside the ncpa.cpl and you will enter the that ip, right? So what exactly your difference in a linux to set the ip, dns, gateway, right? Everything over there. So that is the part of the ip configuration. That command is the ip if config and cli, right? So this is the networking command, right? So you need to understand how exactly you will configure the ip address in a linux, right? So that is comes under the networking fundamental. Routing tables and the dns. What is the ip route, what is the resolve.conf and the d, right? If someone will ask you to what exactly a d command is used in a linux, right? What exactly the meaning of the resolve.conf, that's where used for the like name server dns over there, right? So what exactly a ip route, this is a core concept of the networking in a linux, right? So I have already created that videos, uh, how to set the ip address, how to set the dns, how exactly your resolve.conf is working. So everything I have covered there, right? And the next is you see the network troubleshooting, right? Network troubleshooting, that command like a ping, traceroute, ss, netstat, and the nc, right? Suppose you are using the linux server, right? So you need to use the ping command, like you need to change the ping connectivity. That's where you use the ping. what exactly a trace route. If you don't know what exactly a trace route, I think you listen the uh, how to find the trace route. Suppose if you want to check the any like DNS over there, like any application is not getting the response properly, then you can use the trace route command to find the entire path, right, source to destination. So that's where the trace route is working. What is the SSS, what is the netstat, what is the NC command. So I have covered the more than that, right? So you need to go and watch that video, right? If you have any doubt, any question, please write here in the chat section. And next is the firewall. In an interview, sometimes the people will ask you, so how many types of the firewall we can use in like Linux, right? So I have already covered the EFW and the IP table, right? So I have already created the very basic to advanced concept for the IP tables. So you need to know. So you need to know the how exactly your IP table. If you like use the basic firewall, so you can use the UFW to allow and disallow the port over there. If you are like set the proper path and allow the connection and disallow the any specific request, so that's where concept involve the IP tables, right? So that kinds of firewall you can use to define the very the like advanced concept in a Linux. If someone will ask you in an interview how you can manage the like a firewall, so you can definitely tell them I have used the UW and the IP table, right? So I have not covered the basic, I have covered the more than that like administrator level. So you can watch that video, right? Till here, if you have any doubt, Vikas and any other, so please drop here in a chat section, right? So drop here in a chat section if you have any doubt. Chirag, Vikas, Garima, and Deepmala, Neha, and I think the many people is joined here. So till here, if you have any doubt, please write here in the chat section, right? So we have covered the everything you need to do, from module 1 to module 7, right? That is more than that for the DevOps, right? Nobody will ask you more than that in an interview, right? And I will share the like a separate question and the answer. So sometimes the people will ask in the interview like random question, so that will also prepare, right? So I will share that PDF to everyone, right? So first you need to understand the Linux, do the many hands-on and create the everything from your side, right? Further that I will share that the PDF to everyone, right? So once you have done the like networking fundamental and module 1 to module 7, and that's where comes the like module 8, that is the shell scripting and the automation. DevOps is more related to automation than how module 7 is enough. I'm not telling you the module 7 is enough, right? But if you know the exactly the module 1 to module 7, that you will answer the everything, right? You can write here in a chat section. I have already told you. So Linux hardening, I will create one video for the Linux hardening, right? That will be cover the security part. And I have already created the like of shell scripting and the automation, right? Videos day 1 to day 6. So if you did not watch that video, so once you need to complete the Linux 0 to Hero series, then you move to like a shell scripting and the automation, right? So I have covered the more than that, right? For the DevOps, if someone ask you in an interview the any question, right? So you will ask me like on the video wise. So I have created the video 1 day 1 to day 9, right? So that's where you can put that question, so I will answer that where as well, right? So module 8 is like a shell scripting and the automation. So DevOps is more related to the automation, right? Yes, so you need to understand the Linux fundamental, then you will be master for the automation, right? So nobody can tell you, so you will master the automation without the Linux fundamental, right? So if you know the well about the Linux, then you can write the shell scripting and you will create the automation, right? So you will be master for the automation, don't worry. So first you need to understand the Linux, the core concept, right? If you know the everything, so I have covered them module 1 to module 7, right? Then you will start the automation. If you don't know module 1 to module 7, so you don't need to start the automation, because every command and everything will use to make the automation, right? So you need to follow the steps, right? Don't jump on the directly automation, right? You will be master of the automation if you know the basic and the everything syntax command, so everything that will be used to concept in automation. And I have already created the day 1 to day 6 for the shell scripting. Much time should I give to Linux? Now I know up to module 6. Okay, so I have already in automation, I have already covered in day 6, so many more the advanced concept for the shell scripting, and I have wrote over there the one the a function use the scripting, that's where involves in a industry standard, right? So you don't need to jump in a day 6 for the shell scripting, that will not understand. So if you know the everything about the Linux, you know the fundamental clear, so you can write the more than that the shell scripting, right? So see, module 9, that is the security and hardening, right? That is the pending, so I will cover in one video, right? What 1 minute. So see, sometimes people will ask in an interview exit code and the error handling, right? So see, that is the part of the shell scripting. Someone will ask you how you can check the last success command run on the Linux server, right? So that question also asked in the interview. People know you need. People will know exactly how you know how much about the Linux, right? So how you can check the what last command is success on the Linux, right? That is like exit code and the error handling. So everything I have covered, so you don't need to jump day 1, day 3, day 5 random. So you need to follow the roadmap, right? That's where you will answer the everything, right? And module 9 is the a security and the hardening, right? So what exactly your SSH configuration and the key based authentication, right? And pseudo policies, say Linux, apps armor and the basics, like system hardening and the best practices, what will be, right? So I will create one more videos for the Linux hardening, so that will be comes on the later. But you need to know module 1 to module 8. Module 8 is the a different section for the shell scripting, so I have not mixed up in a Linux, right? That is the part of the automation, right? So you need to, I have already created those separate videos, so you need to go there. And once you are master in a Linux 0 series, then we will move on the shell scripting. So how much time? Yeah, 1 minute. Let me go back and the module 6. So So module 6, you don't need to give much time, so you need to do the practice 1 or 2 times, right? So I think video was around 1 hour, right? So you need to watch the first that videos, right? And you will create the install the LVM, what is the LV, how LVM is working, how to create the partition, how the LV create, VG create, what exactly that concept. So you don't need to a specific time, you need to watch that video and they create the partition and keep that concept in your mindset, right? That is the enough, right? You don't need to create the daily partition on the basis of that. No, don't need to worry. You need to do hands-on, one time, 2 time, right? If video is 1 hour, so you need to watch first, right? Then you try to do without watching that video, right? So first you need to watch that video and try to do the hands-on without checking the that step, right? That will, you will remember that thing, right? I am asking for the total days I should give to Linux. So total watch hour, so 1 week is more than that. So 1 week you will be master of the Linux. You need to give the time around the 2 hour daily. So 1 week is more than that, you will be master of the Linux. Nobody can beat you in an interview. I will give you the entire a document. If you will the done from the day 1 to day 9, so I will give you the more than that document for the interview preparation, right? But the only thing is you need to keep the mind, right? So how exactly your LVM is working, how to create the disk partition, right? How to add the that partition, right? What exactly your FS tab, where that the path of the FS tab, what exactly your Linux file system type. So everything you need to do set in your mindset. So in an interview you will answer on behalf of your concept, right? So first you try to grab that concept and try to do hands-on one time. That's it. Someone is asking, Srikantam, IT ऑफिस में जॉब करने के लिए लिनक्स आना चाहिए क्या? Srikant, Linux is if you are trying to prepare in a IT sector, role of the Linux administrator, IT support engineer, server administrator, that's where required the Linux, right? So that it depends on you, what exactly you are preparing, right? If you want to switch in a IT support, like help desk team sometimes involved in that a support task, so that's where you need to know the what exactly a Linux and how to use the Linux, right? So please drop here in a comment section if you have any doubt, any question, and in the last of the video I will create one VM and will show you how to create the VM for the practice, right? In entire the series I have used the a WSL, right? So this is a very important concept you will use to just go on the Microsoft Store and search there the Ubuntu 18 20 24, you will install and will directly run on your laptop for the use of Linux, right? If you want to see how to create VM on the GCP, I will share that screen and I will show to everyone. Otherwise you can use WSL, that is more than that, you can practice the everything, right? So if you have any doubt, any question, please drop here in the comment section, right? I have covered the more than that in 1 hour, so you need to go step by step and follow the structure way, right? So don't confuse, I don't need to go, I don't need to buy the any paid course, right? That is more than that, I have covered the in the structure way, right? And this is a one thing more. I was created that videos in Hindi, right? So I think Hindi is good. I was created because lots of people are telling me, hey, to create that video in Hindi, right? And further the after the docker, so most of the people, I need DSA for the DevOps. So what exactly a DevOps roadmap, right? So I have already created that videos for the DevOps roadmap, right? So you don't need to confuse. So what exactly a concept and what the tool, what exactly you need to do. So I have already comes in the study live and showed the entire step, right? And how and what things would require to make our DevOps, right? Don't confuse and don't need to run the like any concept and any tool particular. Don't worry, I have already made that video yesterday. If you did not watch, please watch that videos. And while during the live my connection was disconnected, so that video is split in a two part. So I think you will try to just find that two videos as well, right? So you will go there and watch that video, what exactly or DevOps roadmap is required, and which tool you need to like understand, right? In the proper way I have shared already in the more details, the roadmap. I have given one example. I have a one application tagwithdivana.com, and how exactly I will host that application in like a production, right? And what platforms should be required to like host that application. That concept I will explain, I was explained in that videos, right? And the what the tool comes in a picture, right? Like Ansible and the like a Terraform, AWS, everything in a like a structured way. So you don't need to confuse, right? So if you have any doubt, please drop here in a comment section, right? So I will happy to reply to everyone, right? So if you have any doubt, so don't you don't need to require the DSA, right? You don't need to go require the DSA for if you were to make a DevOps engineer. So I have already shared the data template. You don't need to understand where the like data structure to use in a computer in a like a DSA. That is not required to you for know the data structure to what concept we are there. So you need to follow the like Linux and the like Docker and the Kubernetes, Jenkins, CI/CD. So everything. So you don't need to like on the DSA. Yeah, that's great. Because he's saying the mainly used for the development. I think don't. Yeah, that's great because yeah, I'm also telling that that is a part of the data structure, right? So you don't need to confuse, right? So I think many people is confused in a DevOps. People are randomly telling that or concept. So don't worry and don't use any particular topic on the syllabus, right? Don't mix up. Otherwise, you will confuse totally, right? Vikas is also working as a the senior developer, right? So Vikas know well about the DSA. So if you have any doubt, so Vikas can tell to what exactly your DSA. So you can discuss with Vikas. He will help you definitely, right? So anyway, I think we have covered everything, right? If you want to create a VM on the GCP, I will share my screen and will create the one VM, right? So that is the agenda for today. What exactly you need to do the structure way to understand the Linux and how much Linux is required, right? Once you have completed the Linux 0 to hero series, around 4 to 5 hours totally. So 1 week is more than that, right? So further you will start the like of shell scripting. That video like 1 to 6, that is covered under the like 2 to 3 hours, right? I have split that video is around 20 minutes 30 minutes, right? So please drop here in the comment section if you have any doubt. Otherwise I think the today renta is completed, right? And I will start the AWS from the coming Monday, right? Coming Monday or Tuesday. So day 5 is only rest for the Jenkins CI/CD. That will come tomorrow. I will inform to everyone on the like LinkedIn if I will come live to set up the entire CI/CD for the Jenkins. That will be your day 5, right? Once day 5 will be completed, then we will start the AWS for the DevOps engineer from the scratch, right? So I have already covered the like Git 0 to Hero series, Linux, Docker, Kubernetes, right? And the like of Jenkins CI/CD is working. That is the day 3. Day 4 is completed. Only day 5 is rest. Then I will start the like AWS 0 to Hero. That's where the entire the AWS services used for the like DevOps engineer and the development. I will differentiate firstly, right? And I will create the CI/CD and the entire services one by one on the like only practical basis, right? So I will not random told you to what exactly that service. I will create the application and I will tell you the actual usage of that services. So this that series will be like very the industry level, right? So I will not only explain the what exactly that service is. I will create that service and I will integrate in the application, right? So please drop me here in the comment section if you have any doubt, any issues, right? So I will happy to answer to everyone. Otherwise we have completed the more than that. So let's meet today, not today, like tomorrow, right? Today is done, so don't worry. So tomorrow we will come. Once I will inform firstly on the LinkedIn. So if you don't follow the Tech with Divana on the LinkedIn, so please follow the Tech with Divana. Also subscribe the Tech with Divana on the like YouTube, right? So okay, so that is done. I think the everyone is understand the exactly the Linux for the DevOps. So thanks for joining. So let's meet in another video. Till then, bye bye, take care. So let's meet you in tomorrow. So I will inform firstly on the LinkedIn. So stay with me and stay tuned on the LinkedIn, right? If you have any doubt, any questions, so please drop the comment section as well here, right on the video. I will see the everyone comment in the video and I will happy to reply to everyone. So take